that half of the building was
I remember
from
this
our
field.
time. That's the expansion, and the cafeteria was down there.
Yeah, I see that. He's got the same railing and banister and everything. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this from here that way, I remember that all. That's my school right there.
And this is like the.
So this is the pool. They didn't change it. They just changed the top.
Yeah. And remember downstairs you go to the changing rooms.
It was down. It was the ramp went down and went to the changing rooms, and then you kept going. You get ended up at the tennis courts.
Yeah. The nurse's room used to be right there. Remember? Mrs. Salt was the nurse.
Oh yeah. Same bleachers. We used to have the lockers over there. They just put that huge covering right now. These are this is the same right here.
Yeah.
All the same. But then we had like a bunch
Maybe
of
the paint's different.
And some desks and benches you can sit on, but nothing like this. Is it open?
Oh, right there you go.
What's going on here?
Yeah, this is all brand new.
Yeah, this I do not recognize any of these.
You haven't changed though. You look pretty much the same.
I look the same?
Yeah, I mean,
I guess that's good.
a bit like more muscular. You've been working out or something.
We have a lot more time now that I'm a dad.
Yeah.
I changed. I do remember these stairs though, because we'd always go like right before lunch.
Yeah, cafeteria. These hook into the cafeteria.
Yep.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Yeah, so I guess they've made this all into choir and band. They moved the band
It
down.
would be through here.
Cafeteria used to be, and these were the bathrooms.
The bathrooms. And
The
it led to
bathrooms.
that. There was that, like you have that Viper pit, which is like you can buy stuff.
Yeah,
we had it over here, and it was
Right.
I can't remember his name.
Booster, something Booster
Before
Club.
Booster.
Oh, before Booster.
But yeah, you're right. It was a Booster Club, and I'm trying to remember the teacher. He was our history teacher who had started it. So we'd take shifts, and we.
Torgeson?
That's it.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Torgeson.
yeah.
He used to play rugby. He'd always come out like beaten up and stuff. So me, Eddie Heston, a couple of us, we'd always take turns, and we'd go be selling like Mentos and different stuff. And it was fun. We just basically were selling stuff. They've really changed this place.
Yeah, man.
So it was against there. The mural was.
This was all cafeteria, right?
So cafeteria, it opened up over there as well. So it was kind of like two sections. One of our guys I graduated with, Kadir Ladris, he was an amazing artist. He did this
I remember that
huge
name.
mural and it had like all our faces, different poses and stuff
I
like that.
remember that. It was in the cafeteria, though, right?
It was in the cafeteria at like the very far wall.
Yeah, and now the cafeteria is down that way.
So yeah, it was two sections. It was like the main one. So back here is where they would serve the food, and it was like a big counter. And you can go behind the kitchen. You can sit here. That shop that we were talking about, it was like over here in the corner. So the mural was like I think somewhere around here. Yeah, this is all our ECAs, all our dances were down here.
So many, man.
So we did a lot of stuff in the cafeteria, and it was easily, like you told me now, the cafeteria is down there. This one was so easily accessible just because everything was in this little portion.
It extends further because behind this wall is the choir room.
And those are the doors that lead out to the stairs that go upstairs, right?
Yep.
So this was the start of it. And so yeah, you're right. That wall was not there.
Right.
So
They just
this was
split
the
it.
first part, and this is just all seating for lunch. They had the benches and stuff, and you could just walk through there, and it'd be the next part. You get your lunch down there.
And this was the kitchen area, basically.
It was kind of like all. So it was maybe right where that wall started. From there downward was where the kitchen was, and I remember we did some stuff in there too. So
Yeah, man, these steps.
okay.
Yeah, Gabby.
And every time we had an ECA, we'd set up the table here, and then you'd get your ticket and stuff, and you walk in, same freaking elevator.
Same freaking elevator.
Same elevator.
Didn't these steps look so much larger back then?
They did.
Because we were smaller.
This part, I don't remember being that small. This I remember exactly. For some reason, whichever way you were coming, you pick which stairs. That felt a lot bigger, and most everything here is gonna look a lot smaller than I remember.
Yeah, truly, my fondest memories were the dance parties, the ECAs.
And I
coming at night.
I tell my wife and all like my kids, that we couldn't call them dances; they had to be extracurricular activities.
Yeah, ECAs.
ECAs, and they're like, "Oh, that's hilarious." They're like, "Yeah, it's just because we were living in the Abu Dhabi."
You get a drink of water?
No, I'm good. What is this? What's all this new stuff? Actually, let's go back up this first.
All right. Wait, say that again?
It's silly that it's a bathroom, but nothing has changed here. We leave Mr. Kovach's or Mr. Chan's chemistry class and use this restroom for I think took like that a long time to lunch. Even the same murals on the tiles. Those are the same ones. We just cleaned off the tiles. Oh man. Yeah, the field is bigger. I don't remember going that far back. Nothing's changing here. Even the room in the back where you keep all the supplies. That actually looks almost the same.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, this, I remember these like openings here. And now everyone's got a little burner. They have an MSDS drawer. We would never have something like that. We used to have a big board, a chalkboard against that wall, right behind the desk where Mr. Chan would, just the stuff we were learning, the tables, those tables are exactly the same.
Yeah, the periodic
At least in the
table.
same seal, but yeah.
Yeah, two teachers always shared the space. Well, I guess from my time.
At least a little after we took off, yeah. I remember with Mr. Chan, it was just him. I know other teachers could use if they needed to, but it was mainly just him, and he taught physics and chemistry, mainly chemistry, and then he did the APs as well. These look like exactly the same desks. I wouldn't be surprised if they were.
Yeah, truly.
We'd keep our books.
That little space.
Yeah, the little space down here, you could just put your books down there, backpack on the side. That fridge wasn't there. I would not be surprised if that was the fridge that was in the back. I would not be surprised. Oh, he locked it. Darn it.
Well, yeah, chemical storage. You
I
don't
know.
want anyone getting in
We
there.
actually had like, this is probably a bad thing. We had fairly easy access back there. It was not hard to get back there. Oh, there was also, so that's new. These stairs are the same.
Okay.
These are what leads down to what used to be the cafeteria.
Yeah,
This is new.
Right, 3 levels of stairs, right?
Yeah, and I can't remember if it was this floor or the middle floor, but for some reason, I don't know why, Mr. Kovac used to store MREs, the military ready-to-eat supplies, in like one of these.
Oh.
Why? There was like boxes of it.
There was a program, I think, way back in the early '90s at school. Because I looked through all the yearbooks recently because I was making videos for the page, and there were like blurbs with students in the cafeterias, and the blurbs would say, students eating MRE packages, look at how much fun they're having.
Okay, well, so there they were supervising it. Roy and I would always like sneak out back in the middle of class and just grab a couple and just start eating them. They were not bad.
What was in an MRE?
It's just a lot of dried food. So they'd have different like recipes. One would be actually like chicken stroganoff, another would be like some kind of cake. It was just all dry.
It was like a TV dinner?
No, it's an actual. It's what they give like the military when they're out on deployment. It's like in a sealed bag. It can last years.
Oh, wow.
You don't have to cook it. Sometimes you have to add some water, but it's very easy to eat.
Dehydrated
It's
stuff.
basically dehydrated. So you'd have this like really good like raspberry cake, and it's just crispy, but it tasted awesome. So I really had to just sneak back here, grab a couple, and start eating it.
Yeah, that was.
They didn't stay that long. I remember they were there like for 7, 8, because Rohit came when I was in 8th grade, which was 95.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too long after that, because I know Mr. Kovac left not too long after that, and maybe he took them with him or something, but for some reason I remember them being his.
Yeah, I never heard about them since I looked at the yearbook recently.
This is all the same. Come up the stairs. This was definitely here. This would lead to the roof.
But they kept that locked all the time.
Yeah, they also.
Did you ever go to the roof at some point?
Yeah, a couple of times. Like we had to film some stuff. Mr. Hacker would have to go up there with us to make sure nothing bad happened. And yeah, we went up there a couple of times. They would actually, sometimes they would, because there was another door. So this would be open, so you could at least sit up there, but the top door was closed. I do not remember these two doors.
Yeah, for some reason I'm kind of blanking on them too. Maybe they didn't exist.
It almost seems like, because these rooms seem so small, it almost seems like it was one whole room, and then they
split it. Yeah, you're right.
It almost seemed like this is two separate rooms.
You're right. Or maybe it was just no, it wasn't storage. Maybe it was storage. It was storage. It was
definitely a room we didn't access that often.
They stored textbooks in here, right?
I think so.
Something like that. This must be like a study room or something, where kids can just come and hang out. Or maybe these are the detention rooms.
I can reach it now. Oh, that's new.
Have we been turning the lights off? I just
No, we have not.
Oh,
We'll go
shit.
back and do this one.
No, I mean over there in those spaces.
This hallway seems so much smaller. That seemed normal. As soon as we started walking down here, this seemed a lot smaller.
Yeah, why is that? Because of all the artwork?
Yeah, the tiling.
This looks like a Arabic class now.
The doors don't look like they changed. Oh,
shit,
this
dude.
is different.
Everything's open. Yeah, it is very different.
Hello.
Oh, hi. Hey, not bad. You think there are any books here that you remember from your time?
So before I started, because when we first moved to the Emirates, it was '93, I think. I actually started at Shui Fat. My first year wasn't here. It was
No
at
way.
Shui Fat, yeah. So, but my mom had already started teaching.
Was that an intense experience?
A little bit coming from the U.S. system and all that. 1 year later, or like a semester later, my mom had already been working here and said, "Yeah, we're going to move you to the American school." But during that year or semester at Shui Fat, my mom would get me a lot of books from here, and I was actually reading a lot of.
Fantasy?
It was there's not murder mystery, but mystery, like kind of like the Hardy Boys. But they were called the Three Investigators. Did you ever read them?
The Three Investigators?
Back in the day, during like Nancy.
And they would be in that area over there,
It
right?
was probably on that side.
Yeah.
A lot of people remember the Three Investigators. Those guys were awesome.
Do you remember Lloyd Alexander?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh, dude, check it out. Those are the books I read. Check. There they are.
Oh my god.
They're a 5-book series.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, Halloween's here was awesome.
Halloween was
Absolutely.
truly awesome.
Really
Cousin Mrs. Ackworth.
Like the awesome witch for Halloween.
witch, yeah.
Would be in there.
Her black cauldron.
Yeah, oh, she was good. Oh no.
Wait, say there.
What's all this?
So yeah,
What?
they moved the books into the hall.
And this is what we used to do. Like
Yeah, watching.
whenever we had practice for a play, someone would be practicing, we'd chill up here. We'd order pizza from Domino's. And they'd deliver outside. We'd just come up here and eat. And then, yeah, I did a good amount of plays and such throughout high school. So.
Oh, yeah, you acted.
Yeah, I was in.
Yeah, Muhammad was also big in that.
Really? You forget the mask? That was awesome.
Oh, dude! Oh my God! I
For
totally
the talent
forgot
show
that.
when he did the mask, that was so cool. That was my first year too. When he did the mask, it was
He
like
did the
7th or 8th
mask,
grade.
yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
And we watched that here at the El Dorado Cinema. That was my first movie in a movie theater.
That was right.
Yeah.
I remember when that first opened, and we saw it was like The Getaway or something, some cheese.
That was the only theater apart from Al Jazeera
Yeah.
Stadium Theater.
Now you have them like the mall, Galleria.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
El Dorado's closing next month, actually.
No.
Yeah, because it's only been a South Indian films theater for the past couple of years, but now they're going out of business.
Oh no, man, that was. You leave the school, you're gonna go see a movie. You go to El Dorado.
El Dorado, what a great name, man.
These curtains are the same. And I think those are exactly where they were from before. Although we never really turned these on, it was always going to be the stage lights whenever we needed. There was like one massive stage light. I remember it was like up there or something. That thing melted.
Yeah, it looked like a bazooka, right?
Right? It was
Yeah,
so big and it was so hot. And then they would put like any play, doesn't matter. You would get the white makeup and then like the red dot here and the lipstick, so everything would stand out when you're, especially because of that big bright light. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is, right?
Yeah.
This the screen in the way. There was actually, I remember, so I was saying it was hard to go from stage right to stage left. Some people would have to go out.
Yeah.
For that Rumors, and I want to say it was Unadi Patel's older sister, I don't remember her name. She was a character, she needed to get to the other side. So they actually had like a bit of a stage here. She was on a mat, like crawling to get to the other side because she had to come from the other end. And she didn't want to go all the way around. It was either her or someone else. I can't remember who it was. But I remember because I was here doing my lines and I could see her feet like sticking up and just going across. That was funny. Yeah, Rumors, I remember the line too. And it was, the reason I remember it is because it was like one of the funniest lines. The first night, everyone was like, laughing at it. The second night, it's like someone had messed up, or like we were off, our scripts were a little bit off, and then when I said it and I repeated the line, it ended up being funnier. And then there was one other line where I was saying, "Oh, I wasn't even there when the murder happened," and I caught myself. And there was one woman out in the audience who was like, and I was like, "Oh, thank you so much for doing that." That was awesome. You built the tension for everybody. And they did a really good job it was pitch black up there whenever we were up here.
Yep.
Like you could not see, you could maybe see some people in the front row, but other than that, yeah, you couldn't see anyone else. Man.
Your memory's super intact.
Yeah, oddly enough, I remember a lot of stuff, and I remember small details here and there. Yeah. Oh, the front courtyard! That wall's new, in the very front, the colorful wall. That's brand new.
Yeah, that's like just like a security thing.
Yeah, which makes sense. Actually, I remember when these things were a little bit more elevated. We used to have a basketball court right there.
Yep.
Played with a bunch of the kids then. But yeah, everything else is stacked. I remember the courts playing out here with Mr. Stanton.
Mel Stanton, Bird Dog.
Bird Dog, of course.
Bird Dog.
Back in the Bird Dog days. We were still Falcons before you guys switched over to Vipers.